Okay, we're talking with Vince at Shelby American. Tell us your position at Shelby and spell your name for us.
Vince LaViolette, L-A-V-I-O-L-E-T-T-E. I'm the Vice President of Operations and the Senior Designer.
Okay, in the background here we have 75 Mustangs that you're going to turn into Super Snakes.
Yes.
This is the 50th Anniversary Super Snake. Can you tell us the main components that make a Super Snake for the 50th?
Yeah, 50th Anniversary Super Snake. We have a new body design this year. We also run a supercharger under the hood, and we got about 750 plus horsepower. We run the wheelwood brakes all the way around. We have a wheel and tire package, a Borla exhaust system. We do a Catskins interior in it, and then a lot of body mods, and we also run a Ford Performance suspension on it.
Okay, so this is a much different car from the Shelby that comes out of Detroit. Tell us the major difference in your Super Snake here in Las Vegas and the Shelby that's built in Detroit.
The one main thing is this is a full hand-built car. We've basically taken the complete car apart and started over again. All the components that I've already mentioned go into the car. Everything is tuned. Everything, the tuned suspension, the way the supercharger is, the way the body design is, the components that we use on the body, the brake cooling. Everything is a lot different than what you'd be getting straight from the factory.
Okay, great. Well, as the planes go overhead. So you're going to take us to the factory and we're going to go through the build of a Super Snake, right?
Yeah, let's head on over to the factory. We'll go ahead and we'll see how they're built.
Okay, thanks, Vince. Okay, how do we start building the Super Snake, Vince?
Okay, what we're looking at here, this is a car that just came in. They've already taken all the components off that they need to take off to get it started. So they've taken off the front fascia, they've taken off the hood, the rockers. They're getting ready to take the rear fascia and everything off of it. You can see that it still has all the stock suspension and everything on it. So this is a car that just came in. What we do is we have a 1 to 2 man team basically that'll come into the cars. They'll go ahead and tear the car all the way down. We'll go ahead and put all the parts that have to be taken off and taken away back to parts department, and some of the stuff goes over to pre-assembly. So we'll go ahead and get the grills and everything made, get the front brake ducts and everything started to go. But this right now, this is just just starting to tear it apart. Why don't we walk over to this one here, Jerry, at the same time?
Okay, you got a lot of work. How many workstations you got in here? A bunch of them.
Well, right now we've got about 26 or 28 online right here. So this one here, this has gone a little bit farther. So what we've done is we've already got all the struts off of this one here. They've already started to install the front sway bar on this one. And you can see also right here, Jerry, that we've already started on the front end. So they've already taken the front end off. They pulled the grills out. They already got the new grills in. They have the new brake ducts and the new lights already installed. One neat thing about these lights right here, we used to have a fog light right here. Well, we got rid of the fog light because we want to cool the front brakes. So what we've done is we've made a whole new fog light assembly. We've integrated it into our blinker right here. This is a brand new LED part. So this is the fog lamp that sprays exactly the same as what the factory ones used to spray.
What about the grill here?
The grill, what we do is we run a stainless steel mesh grill. We want to get as much air into the intercooler as possible, so we've opened the lower grill all the way up on these cars. We've also done a front splitter on the front right here. It's a Shelby front splitter on the front to help pull the air into the car. What we got here is our Shelby Super Snake rear diffuser. It's a whole new piece. We get the whole back of the car with a nice little wing on the back. The opening set up for the Shelby exhaust system, which will be a Borla system that'll go on after the rear suspension is already installed. Okay, this car here is far enough along. They've already got the blower installed. They're going to go ahead and put the hood on and start getting everything kind of aligned so they can get the front fascia on.
Is this a separate hood? This is a separate hood for Shelby?
Yeah, this is the Shelby Super Snake hood. You can see we do a PC-ABS hood is what we do. The reason we did the PC-ABS this year instead of the carbon fiber is to actually bring the price down on the car. We got together with the customers and tried to listen exactly what they wanted. What they wanted was the style. They really didn't want the price. So we gave them the best of both worlds.
Hey Vince, is this wing unique to the Super Snake?
This wing was designed especially for the Super Snake. This is the wing that comes on all the Super Snakes.
What's different about it? Just these little insets?
Well, it's our own design. It's our own design wing. It's also a PCABS wing also is what we're using. So we try to make it to where we still give you the style. We try to keep the cost down a little bit on the build. The only carbon pieces that we put on the car now are the mirror covers and the wings that go on the rockers. And also the gauge pod that goes inside underneath. We tried to keep the carbon down to a minimum this year. Try to keep the cost down a little bit, but we still wanted to give you the accents and the quality. These are actual full replacement parts. They don't go over the top of anything. These are actually full replacement parts for the existing pieces. Alright, like I was explaining earlier, we do a big variety of blowers. This is our Ford Performance blower right here. This is 675 horse. And you can see, while we're under here, you can kind of see a little bit of things. See that we got a couple little slits in the back of the hood. We got some cooling that goes on right here. I'm going to go ahead and drop the hood down here in a second. What we're doing, you'll see on this design, this one's pretty dirty. You can see on this design where we got just the two scoops right here. We've actually closed down the front of the hood on this car here for this year. We're actually bringing the air in. We want to direct the air. We bring the air in on each side of the blower. We're trying to cool the blowers off right now. That's our main thing. So we want to keep the top of the engine as cool as possible.
You're trying to cool the
we're trying to cool the blowers off is what we're trying to do. We don't want to bring in the air to disturb into the intake air. That's all brought in from the front. That's a different system. So the reason we bring air in the hoods nowadays is basically to cool the blowers off. And then we're trying to evacuate some of the exhaust heat with the two NACA ducts that we have on the right and left side. This hood actually pulls about 65 to 80 degrees out from underneath the hood. It depends on what the temperature is. We've pulled all the way to 100 degrees out from under the hood from a factory hood. What that equates to is when you're going down the straightaway and you have a car with a stock hood and you have a car with a Shelby hood on it and you're about 80 degrees cooler under the hood, you're probably going to have about 15 to 20 more horsepower. 15 to 20 more horsepower, that's that little stretch that you need just to get ahead of the next guy coming into the corner. All of our Whipple systems are a water to air system. So for intercoolers, we have the large intercooler inside there. We have a huge tank on the side right here. This is the pump that goes ahead and circulates the water through the system. Note that we have a full floating front rotor on these cars now. We went ahead and got rid of the holes that we had in there. We went to a full floating front rotor. We have a lot better clamping power, a lot better braking system. It's a kind of a give and take system. When it's cold outside, you do hear a little bit of a clicking out of the front end, but you know what? Once the brakes get up to temperature, they're just an awesome brake.
Okay, Vince, what about the front suspension?
So what we've done, we've got a little bit farther on this one here. We've already pulled the factory suspension off of it. We've already replaced it with the Ford Performance front struts and springs. You can see that the Ford Performance front sway bars on there.
Okay.
We have the Willwood brakes. We run the larger studs on it. This one here is going to be a track car.
What about the hoses?
This is front brake cooling. We also run a different cooling backing plate. That way all the cooling and everything that we bring in from the front here, we're actually trying to cool off the bearings and the brakes at the same time on these cars.
And the studs on the...
Yeah, the studs that we're running right now, these are a heavy duty ARP style stud. What we do is we run these on anybody that's going to run their car on the track. We ask them to please upgrade to the bigger studs. This one here has already got the rockers installed, the front fascia installed. Let's walk around to the back real quick. On the back, you can see that we've done the Willwood brakes in the back. This is our e-brake right here. You can see the Ford Performance sway bar, rear springs, rear shock on it. We've also done an adjustable heavy-duty arms at the front of the suspension on the rear. You'll notice, I want you to notice one thing on these cars, Jared. You see the little orange mark on everything?
Yes.
We do it just like the factory. Anytime a bolt is touched on our cars, it's always marked off. That's an indication that it's already been torqued and it's already been inspected. Like I said, we have a lot of different options as far as blowers and horsepower ratings and stuff like that. We also have different options for suspensions. This suspension here is an upgrade. This is an I-box suspension with the Brembo brake system. The Brembo brake system is a little more aggressive than what we're doing with the Willwoods. We still run the big studs on it. You walk around to the back here. You see we run a little larger disc in the back. They have a little different configuration as far as where they put the caliper. Just seems to be a little more stable system for us. So we're over in the tire and wheel department right now. It's always good to have good rubber and the right wheels on your car. These are forged 11-inch wheels. These are what we run on the back of the car. We run a 305 in the back. He's going to go ahead and get ready to start loading the setup. We run a 20 by 9.5 up front. One thing you'll find about Shelby is we do everything ourselves. We try to cover everything we want. We want to make sure that the quality is there all the way through. Everything from building the car, putting the wheels and tires together, the interior, everything. We want to do as much as we can to make sure that we got the quality that we're looking for. Let's go ahead and do this.
Okay, we're inside the car now.
Yeah, what I want to show you here, see we totally take the interior out of the car. This one here already has the gauge pod started to be installed. We have it set in there. They're just finishing the wiring on it right now. And then let's walk over to the upholstery shop here. I want to show you what goes on. We actually do all our own interior and everything here. Like I said, we install the cat skin interiors. So we'll go ahead and this is the interior shop here. Nice and small, nice and cool because it's very hot here in Vegas. And he's going ahead and he's putting a new interior on the seats.
Tell us about that interior though. It's quite a bit different. What's it called?
These are cat skin interiors. What we do, we use it's full leather with a leather insert in the center. We actually use a perforated insert. You can get any color you want on the inside. We have a palette of about 7 different colors that you can use. You can change the color of the stitching. What we've done is we found a lot of people like, depending on your body size, some people like the factory style seat. This one here happens to be a Recaro seat. So we do any kind of interior that comes with the car. This is the fiberglass department right here. We use fiberglass and carbon fiber in certain parts. All the small parts will pretty much develop and build here. Some of the big stuff we like to have built at different companies. But right now they're doing vacuum plates and they're doing lower rocker pieces right now.
Oh, like for the Super Snake?
Yeah, for the Super Snake. These are lower rocker molds for the Super Snakes. So he's producing these parts right here. And then right now they're also producing some of these right here. These are our backing plate molds. So they'll do aluminum inserts in them and then go ahead and make them out of glass. They're also doing some under the hood small scoops. Just some of the small parts that it's more cost effective for us to go ahead and build them as per needed here in the shop.
Okay.
This is a Shelby paint shop actually. These guys here are prepping parts. Right now they're prepping hoods and spoilers. Inside here we got a wide body that we're putting together right now. Getting ready to prep that for prime right now. And then on the back side of this we have 2 more that are operational right now, just stuff painted up.
So when you do a wide body, you do a complete repaint, but not with a regular Super Snake, say, right?
Yeah, not with a regular Super Snake.
Okay.
The wide body isn't available yet for the Super Snake, but it will be coming out at the end of the year.
So are they building a Super Snake spoiler here? Or what?
This is a Super Snake wing. So right now we're just doing the final paint prep on it, getting ready to put it in the booth so we can go ahead and get some color on it. After the parts get painted, we have a system that where we deliver the car parts to the car. Right here you see these are all cars getting ready to be delivered. These are all parts that are already painted. The rockers and the hoods are already all done. We're waiting for the wings. As soon as the wings are painted, they'll go onto the rack. You see a full loaded rack here with the wings, the hood scoops, the hood, and the rockers. Getting ready, we'll roll these right out for the next batch of cars so that way the guys got their parts ready to go. That's 702 Graphics. They take care of all of our striping for the Shelby build all the way through. No matter what we're doing, anything from our Super Snakes, our GTEs, all the way to our Talinguas. This is Brendan. He handles the back of the shop back here. He pretty much takes care of everything for us.
Okay, so we're in the office and then the cars are down here, so let's go look at them.
Let's go ahead and look at them. About 80% of our cars are all done in vinyl stripe. Basically, we do vinyl stripe. These are going off to dealers and going to different places all over the world. We do offer a painted stripe option. The painted stripe option usually delays your car a little bit. This way we can, with the vinyl stripes, we're able to get the cars out at a very timely manner. This is probably one of the most important parts of this car, is our CSM badge. CSM badge, not only do we build a car that's exactly the way you want it, customized to the way that you want to have a car, you don't only own a Shelby, now you own a piece of history. You actually go into a registry. This car here will go into the Shelby registry as an original Shelby. If you walk around the other side of the car over here, Jerry, I want to show you something else. This is Pride right here. These are the people that built the car. This one here, you can see Anthony built this car. So that means that the Pride goes into the car with a name on it. And this is one thing that we do for the customer, and another thing we do for our guys here on the line, because they take so much pride in building the cars. We want that to be seen by everybody that's out there. Now that the car's gone through the process of being built, exhaust, suspension, all the car parts, striping, now it comes into your PDI center. What the PDI center is, this is where they're going to go over the car, make sure that everything is put together perfect. The tune was already done on it. Make sure the wings are all installed right. And this is where we start cleaning them up, getting them ready for ship. Make sure everything's right on the car.
All different sorts of colors and
all
stripes.
All different sorts of colors and stripes, depending on how you want it. This one here is getting ready to go over to stripe right here. This one here is already striped, waiting for the final badges on it. This one here is just about almost all the way done.